Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last Piggyback blog webinar of 2015. I'm Tracy. I'm the Success Coordinator here at Brandco, and today what we're going to be covering is a little bit of extra information regarding SEO. This topic comes to me today because of yesterday, just going over some specific questions that I know that others are having regarding search engine optimization, why they are blogging, what they should be blogging about in order to get SEO, what SEO is, what are they probably missing, or what can they do more of in order to earn the SEO. So to begin with, SEO is search engine optimization. And the main point of search engine optimization, as we found, is to make it easier for someone to find you on a search engine. So search engines are pretty much the way that we go about answering any of the questions that we have nowadays on the internet. So if I'm looking for a home or anything like that, let's say I'm homes for sale, Orlando, Florida. So if I'm going to a search engine and I'm asking this question, all these websites that you're seeing are the ones that are going to be the solutions to our query. So what we want is to try to be in the solution. Now, most times, whenever it comes to search engine questions such as home for sale, Orlando, Florida, you're going to have a lot of results. Namely, on this one, we've got around 60 million results. That's a lot of competition to try to work against in order to be found when it comes to the search term home for sale, Orlando, Florida, which is why we say that it's so popular to go in and be sure that you're, blogging and making sure the content of your website is focused to a specific area that you want to be found for. Now, whenever you see over here to the sides and the first three links on the page, you're going to see these are people that have paid for pay-to-click ads through Google AdWords, things like that. So these are people that are not organically being placed in the search engine results. They are specifically there because they paid to be there. Now that can become a hefty amount, and you want to do this organically because the information that you provide to the search engines is the information that the clients are looking for to begin with, more so than the ones that are paying to be put in that specific area. So it's better to go in and figure out what your specific parameters should be. So if I'm a real estate agent that works over in the East Orlando area, I'm probably going to cater more to the kids that are coming into school for UCF or the University of Central Florida, and they're going to be wanting residency or buying houses after they've been here for a year or things like that. So maybe my way of going about it would be to find a home for sale or home for rent, home for sale. Let's do home for sale near UCF. Our competition has dropped significantly. So as we look down here, we've got some actual people that are not, Zip Realty or Century 21 or Realtor.com or Trulia.com that are also, showing up on this first page, which is a big deal. Like if you've made it to the first page, that's really awesome. But a lot of times you're not going to, unless it's a very specific search. Whenever you're battling against these companies like Trulia and Zillow and Realtor.com. But it is possible. It depends on what your focus is for your website. And the best way to figure out what your focus would be to set up a keyword reference for yourself. Now, keywords are going to be the things that you do your topics on and your blog posts about and the things that you want to be found for. So as of right now, it's a great opportunity to try and figure out what people put into search engines that are finding you. So if you have people that are finding you through your website already, ask them what they put in the search engines or what they were searching for, and things like that to see what you're making an impact on. Another way to do that would be to use Google Analytics. Um, and if you're going to be setting up Google Analytics or anything like that, it's only going to start monitoring after you've set it up. So it can't retrograde and find out what happened in the past. It starts at the moment that you set it up. And what it'll do is it'll tell you what search queries, what kind of traffic, where your traffic is coming from, and things like that to give you that extra little edge. Now, search engine optimization, Google Analytics is a free service, so definitely use it. However, I will tell you that there is a lot of information that's available inside here that a lot of us aren't going to know anything to do with. There's a lot of tutorials and things like that, and I'll be honest, I'm still learning it myself. I depend mostly right now on Jetpack through your Piggyback blog that we all have access to. If you have a Piggyback blog, it's already in there, and all you have to do is activate it and connect it with WordPress.com. And what it'll do is it'll give us an idea of how many pages are being visited, and a lot of times it'll tell us who the referrer is and things like that, meaning what did they click in order to get to our website, or if they were on our website, what did they click that made them want to learn more, or an internal link or an external link that we've put into a blog post. So that's a really great bunch of information to gather. So that's one way to do it, and Jetpack is really awesome. I definitely recommend it. It's going to help market your website as well. So when you're writing new blog posts, you're able to send everything out to your social media networks and stuff like that as well. And we do have tutorial videos on that in our YouTube channel. But to get back to the topic, keywords. Whenever I've went over the SEO Yoast plugin in the past, which is the plugin that you'll see at the bottom of a page or post that you're creating that tries to get you to focus your content more to a specific keyword. And this little guy here is a great way to get started as far as knowing that your website blog posts are focused and that you're going to make an impact. Now, just thinking that you're going to always rank for just homes for sale near UCF is slightly naive. That means that every single blog post you write could possibly just be about that. But we want to cover about the whole UCF area. If that's going to be the area we want to dominate, we want to talk about what events are going on over there. So if they're doing a 5K run, let's write a blog post about it. Let's go to it. Let's take photos at it. Become the authority on the area that you're working within. And that's how you're going to be making a huge impact on the search engine optimization of that area. You're going to become that the expert on that territory. So I can tell you from experience that there have been times when I've looked for information on firework displays and have ended up on real estate websites and have learned about the real estate agent because I have gotten the information that I wanted from them. So that's one way to think about it. Just because you're writing about real estate doesn't mean, just because you're a real estate agent doesn't mean you have to write about real estate all the time. Write about current events. Write about the things that are going on. Write about your life. People want to, I commonly say this when it comes to talking to our clients. With these websites, you are selling yourself to your potential users or your potential clients. You have to make them want to work with you. So this is the best way to bring out your personality. Use your word of mouth through your fingers, I guess is the best way to put it. But if you're going to be the kind of person that buys content, make sure that you're the only person getting that content. All right, so if you're filling out this SEO Yoast area, it does ask for a focus keyword. It does give you options or suggestions as you're putting things in there. So if I'm putting in homes for sale, it starts pulling up some homes for sale near me, homes for sale, Dallas, Texas. These are things, I guess, that are being searched for very often. If I put in near, it's going to pull up some more. Looks like this is very centered around Texas. Maybe I'm using a Texas, I IDX inside here, and that's why it's pulling that. Text near UCF, yeah, there we go. Near the UCF area, UCF, UCF Orlando, Florida, UCF Florida, near UCF, new homes for sale near UCF. So you're able to see these different options that this is going to give you, and then maybe these will be other blog posts that you end up writing about or other topics that you want to be sure to cover in the future. So if that is our keyword, then we have to make sure that our blog post and our blog post title, our content, our URL that's built from what we make our title off of, and then it's going to make sure that our SEO title includes it and our meta description includes it. Now, I had to explain what a meta description and a SEO title or a meta title were yesterday to a couple of people that I spoke with. Now, the best way to put it is the SEO title and the meta description are what you're going to see when you're searching for something on search engines. So take, for instance, our search that we did earlier for home for sale near UCF. The link here is going to be your SEO title, also known as your meta title. Now, if you don't set a meta title or a SEO title, then what you're going to see there is going to be your automatic title just put into place for that, which is totally fine, unless you feel that in order to sell your blog post, you could rewrite it into something that may, catch eyes a little bit better or something. And then below that, you'll see this area here. This is your meta description of your blog post. Now, if you do not set a meta description, the first 156 characters are going to be pulled and used. Now, the first 156 characters of your blog post may not best represent or be as eye-catching as something you could write just straight out of the pocket about your blog post. So this is a great way to sell your blog post to these people so that they'll click on it. Now, you'll notice that a lot of these don't have set meta descriptions because they trail off. That means that it was probably pulling just the first 156 characters. But you can see here, this one is a set meta description. This one is a set meta description. This one's a set meta description so that it doesn't flow over, and it's a great small summary of what I'm going to be getting if I click on the link. So that's what you're going to be setting if you set a SEO title and a meta description. Okay? So aside from that, you need to make sure that your blog post is actually about those things that you say you're going to be delivering to these people once they click on it in a search engine, or you're never going to be recommended and all your work is going to be for nothing. If you're going to write a blog post about homes for sale near UCF, I better have some content in here that talks about a home that's for sale that's near UCF. Search engines are smart enough to know that even if we don't put it in the exact order that we've made our keyword, meaning homes for sale near UCF, that it still means the same thing because search engines understand our intent when it comes to our searches. So if I put this home is for sale and it's near the University of Central Florida, that it still understands that I mean the same thing. Now, you're going to get some complaints, however, from this SEO Yoast plugin. SEO Yoast doesn't have the same ability as Google does in the sense that it understands the intent that you're going for. It's literally checking to see if you have these words in this exact order utilized in these locations. So there are times whenever SEO Yoast plugin may not be the happiest with you, but you can sometimes just take heart in knowing that what you're doing is right. So just for the sake of it, you can see how putting those keywords in these places will satisfy the requirements. However, this right here is an awful SEO title. This is an awful meta description. You need more information in both of them. If you're able to, use as much of the spaces that it's going to give you. You've got it, so use it. So that's what I would have to say. One of the main things as far as search engine optimization that has been coming up lately. Aside from that, if you're curious about how to do some additional keyword research, I have been recently playing with something called Google Trends, which, like with most things from Google, is another free, awesome tool that you're able to use. So what it's able to do is to show you how the searches are going inside of search engines. And if you want to pull this up, it's called Google Trends. You can Google it, as funny as that sounds, and go to it. It's going to be the first link. So it's able to show you the top things that are being talked about right now. That's one thing you can do if you're wondering about things to write about, and any of these things actually make sense to you or are a passion of yours. Write your own blog post. Do not, however, go and grab this content, copy it and paste it and put it into your own blog and say that it's on your own content. You're penalizing yourself if you do this, because that information has already been indexed by search engines and it knows that your information is duplicated. So it's never going to recommend duplicate content. It's only going to recommend whatever is unique and whoever put it up first. So this tool here, what it can do is it can compare and contrast specific search terms, aka things like keywords. For instance, let's do, if people check for KW versus Keller Williams. So I can press enter. You put a comma in between your two different searches, and you can see KW lately has been the most common search term over the word Keller Williams. So if you're utilizing, if you're saying you're a KW agent, don't be upset that you're writing it that way rather than writing Keller Williams agent. More people are searching for KW than they are Keller Williams. So you can also check to see what areas are searching for it the most, what cities are searching the two of these together. Well, here's one reason why people could be looking for KW, because people are looking for KW as a kilowatt. So there's lots of different things to think of and realize that things that they may be looking for on the internet. This is a great tool to just play with. If you look up branding versus custom brand, the difference between the searches for custom brand and branding. People are looking for the term branding instead of a custom brand, I guess is the best way to look at this kind of tool. If you're a real estate agent in New Jersey, are people commonly using NJ or New Jersey? And what are the things that they're searching for in that area? You can look up, if people are looking for NJ, they're looking for these specific terms more so than anything else. If people are looking for New Jersey, these topics are what they're searching for. And these are the kind of queries people are putting in. New York. I don't know why people are putting in New York to try and find New Jersey, but that's just the way of the internet. They'll put in New Jersey City, New Jersey State, New Jersey Housewives, Real Housewives, and find things within New Jersey. So this is a great tool. Just play with it. See what information you can gather that you can use to your advantage when it comes to writing your blog posts and focusing your website specifically towards a common core goal. So if you have any additional questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them now. I'm going to continue playing around or doing a couple of these Google Trends searches, and maybe they're going to be helpful for you or not at all. All right, so I'm going to do a search for homes for sale in Orlando versus homes for sale in Baldwin Park. Now, you can see the interest is a lot higher for people that are searching for homes for sale in Orlando. However, we've learned over time that when we look for homes for sale in Orlando, which is the big city versus the small community, there's going to obviously be a lot of searches. However, you're also going to notice that you have a lot of competition because of that. So if you want to rank for homes for sale in Orlando, here's some other queries that you could use, or other focus keywords that you could use, like Florida homes, homes in Florida, houses in Orlando, new homes Orlando, Orlando real estate. Um, some of the ones that are rising, pretty much about the same. If we look at homes for sale in um, Baldwin Park, Orlando is the other option that most people are doing searches for. So if you're going hyper local, you're not going to find as much in here because there won't be as many search results. But it's a great way to see additional search terms or keywords that you can decide to attack. So since there aren't any questions, I'm going to go ahead and leave the webinar for today. And if you ever have a question outside of any of these webinars, feel free to send me an email to Tracy, TRACY@brandco.com. And if it's something that I feel that would be best for us to discuss over the phone, I can schedule an appointment with you and we can answer all your questions together, or I can remote into your computer and walk you through whatever you're having issues with. Aside from that, this is the last webinar for 2015, and 2016 will bring on some new changes. So keep an eye out. An email will be sent out whenever the new webinars are available, and I do hope to see you all there. I appreciate everyone showing up, and I hope everyone has a Happy New Year.